Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gods According to CD. So, guys, let's go back to the city of Johannesburg where we are seeing this gentleman. First things first, I got this video from a YouTube channel called Enter TV. As you can see her logo on the screen. I will leave her channel link in the description box for you to go and subscribe. Please do subscribe and click the bell notification so that every time she uploads a video, you are notified. From Nigeria who has opened a liquor store in a hijacked building, and he is fighting the Johannesburg municipal workers. Of course, they are also accompanied by Operation Dudula, who has been doing certification. I'll explain what that means.
This money here. After you say that Nigerians are selling drugs. But me, I come here to do a business. I sell my house on Nigerian building. People are using you against me today. You see, how do we punish you? I don't care about what you do. You see, God bless you. God bless us. God bless us. My money, I brought it here. I didn't make the money here. I brought it, I sell my house, I sell everything, you come and close my job. God will punish you. You will see. Slow time. At least everybody will witness it when it starts happening to you. And this one, two of you. I'm telling you. What is your problem? What do you want me to do? You don't know. How many kids I have here? How many kids I have here? You people are talking up here. What are the people working here? You stop them. What do you want me to do? Yeah, get me arrested now. If you think I'm doing something, get me arrested.
Go back to Nigeria. Go back to Nigeria. Why
Get me arrested.
in Nigeria?
These people, you close to the world. God will punish you.
So, guys, in South Africa, and you can even verify this with the Immigration Act of the Republic of South Africa, a business such as this one, a liquor store, a car dealership, or a grocery store, especially if you are going to be selling food, you as a foreign national, whether you are legally in South Africa or illegally in South Africa, you are not allowed to run such a business in South Africa. Now, this Nigerian man, clearly, he came to South Africa to come and break our laws. This is not a by law, by the way. This is the national law of this country. Even a South African citizen cannot just open a liquor store without first applying for a liquor license. Now, this Nigerian probably is one of those that came to South Africa in 2010. You know what happened in 2010, right? Well, let me remind you, it was the FIFA World Cup. And most of them, they came with a plan that I am going to go to South Africa and never shall I return back to Nigeria until I have stolen a South African person's identity document and then become a South African citizen in air quotes here, and then I can start traveling in and out of South Africa because most of them, that's exactly what they are doing. You come to South Africa illegally. I mean, you come to South Africa legally with a visitor's visa. And then when the visitor's visa expires, you decide, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to stay put here. And then from there, they think with that illegal status, they can marry a South African citizen and then they become legal. It doesn't work like that. And the Home Affairs officials that actually married them, gave them a marriage certificate, they need to be sifted out and arrested because there's no way you can turn an illegality to a legal. The system in South Africa doesn't allow that. So, of course, this man, he is busy telling the municipal workers that, hey, I had to sell my house in order for me to open this business. But, sir, Did you check the South African immigration law? It prohibits you from owning such a business. It doesn't allow you to own such a business. But let me tell you something, illegal liquor stores in Johannesburg are everywhere, owned by Nigerians in most cases, and of course, Zimbabweans as well. In South Africa, when you open a club, because in a club you are also going to sell alcohol, and if you open a restaurant, and that restaurant at some point you are also going to serve alcohol, them too, you need to apply for a legal license. You can't just open a club and then you start selling alcohol to your patrons and then you think, oh, you are all good. It doesn't work like that in South Africa. Same goes with the restaurant business or even a hospitality business in South Africa, which is another thing that, yes, hospitality industry is allowed to be started by a foreign national, but you need to do so by following the South African immigration laws. Number one, business visa. Number two, 5 million rand. Yeah. And number three, you register that business with CIPRO. And number four, get tax clearance. Number five, you also have to produce other papers like criminal record clearance from your police whatever system back where you come from. But of course, if you're Nigerian, you can buy from a police officer. We know how y'all work. And then, and all of those things. And then you are now able to start a business South Africa. And then you have to open a business account so that you can start paying taxes to the tax man. But now, do you think this gentleman is, I don't even know if I should call him a gentleman, but anyways, for respect's sake, do you think this gentleman has all of those things? No, because he's not allowed to have such a business according to our law. Same thing with car dealership. I did mention this before that car dealerships in South Africa are only reserved for South African citizens as a business to do, not a foreign national, whether legal or illegal. But tell me why all over the city of Johannesburg, you are going to find Nigerians owning car dealerships. So I don't want to blame this gentleman wholeheartedly because the people that have been sleeping on the job and dropped the ball is the metro and the metro police themselves. Because this job that is now being done by Operation Tutula to verify, now we're coming back to verification, to verify if this business is legitimately legal in South Africa. Now, of course, this one is whether he has the papers or not, and if he has the papers, where did he get those papers from, and who issued those papers to him? Because that person ought to have known that I cannot give you or issue a liquor license to a foreign national. Maybe he fronted with a South African, and most of the case, Nigerians don't front with South Africans. All they do is steal a South African's identity to open a business such as this one because he knows that he's not allowed to have a business like this one in South Africa. And I bet if they dug a little bit deeper, he is holding a South African ID. And that ID, it's not his. It belongs to a South African citizen who is right now suffering because he cannot be recognized by the government without an ID. And yet, this Nigerian man probably is the one that is holding his ID and making his life very, very difficult in South Africa. In case you're wondering what am I talking about, in South Africa, we have an identity document. It's a green barcoded ID, which is now we are moving away from the green barcoded ID to a smart card. Now, the smart card is not going to play games because it has all kinds of technology that these guys cannot do anything about to try and corrupt it because it's also going to have biometrics in that technology. So they are not going to be able to steal my fingerprints and my biometrics. That will be very interesting to see in the future because they managed to corrupt our green barcoded ID because it only has a barcode with your ID number. All they do is just remove your photo and they put their own photo, and voila, they are now a South African citizen. Some of them have gone to Home Affairs to actually buy the South African ID, but they're also going to be sifted out with the new technology that is coming into play. Now, if you don't have a green barcoded ID in South Africa, you are as good as never been born. You are invisible to government because you can't do anything without an ID. You can't register to go to school. You can't open a bank account. You can't even get a job. You can't do nothing because everything in South Africa revolves around that ID document. Everything in South Africa revolves around that ID document. And they know that in South Africa, as an illegal person, that's the first thing that I need to obtain is that green barcoded ID. And they hate the fact that we are moving to the smart card. Most of them are very worried. How are they going to corrupt that system as well? But hey, good luck to y'all. Now let's go back to this man. But all I was saying is the Metro Police, that is their job to verify every business they come across to see if they are running this business legitimately, especially when the business it is owned by a foreign national. The foreign national will have to answer how did they manage to open a business such as a liquor store, yet the immigration law of the country does not allow them to do that. Same goes with these cell phone stores, the cell phone repair stores that are run by Pakistanis and Somalis and Ethiopians. Those businesses are reserved for South African citizens, not for foreign nationals. But here they are selling clothes, whether it's secondhand, retail, you name it, they are not allowed by law to run such businesses. But no, Dunusa was a thing downtown and owned by who? Yes, yes. So now that you are beginning to clean, they are crying foul. How are you crying foul when you all you have to do is read the South African immigration law? You would have known that, oh, I'm not allowed to open this business. Okay, let's see what can I open. But you are illegally in South Africa. That means you can't open anything. You can't get a job. You can't open a business. How are you going to survive without all those things? And now you're going to resort to what? Committing crimes. And you will be caught, by the way. And South Africans are sick and tired of you guys because you are stranded, you start committing crimes. I don't know if you've noticed. Things are happening in South Africa and the police are being scrutinized right now. I don't know if you're watching television, because if you are watching television, I would suggest that you watch the ad hoc committee in parliament as well as the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Police are now doing their job. That is why they are raiding that liquor store. That is why. Because they've been caught sleeping on the job. And now they're going to have to answer how are you sleeping on the job when taxpayers are busy paying their money every single month to SARS? That is our, what do you call this? Our tax revenue collector. So, anyways, I don't know what your thoughts are, guys. I don't know what your thoughts. Now he is cursing at the municipal workers, saying that God will punish them. And I remember seeing a video of a Nigerian caught red-handed with white powder. And when the white powder was confiscated and getting arrested, the man was resisting arrest, saying that God will punish them. How is God going to punish people that are doing the right thing when you, the one that he's committed a crime? How will God punish the ones that are doing their job? I don't understand. Like I said, to a Nigerian, the word law, it's as if you committed the ultimate crime. They hate the law, these guys. They hate the law. That is why this man is cursing at the municipal workers, saying God will punish them. For what? You broke the law. You are not allowed to have a liquor store as a foreign national in South Africa. Period. Period. But yeah, I guess we'll be seeing more and more of these because, like I said, accountability and the law, it's something they do not love, especially when it comes to systems. They always find a way to work around the system. That is why now they have liquor stores and car dealerships, retail stores, and all these other stores they are not allowed to have in South Africa. Anyways, let me leave this video right here. And please, whatever you do, please, I beg, like, share, comment, and subscribe.